What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Man, it's been a crazy week. This is the fourth video I've dropped, not counting shorts. But there's some information that I needed to go over and I needed to get out today. So to go over some of these highlights in this video, I'm going to talk about the rumored Air Jordan 1 High 85 Chicago that was supposed to return in 2025. So to answer in short, they're not returning, but I'm going to talk about them more later on in the video. Now, the other shoe that I've been getting a lot of questions on is the Air Jordan 12 French Blue. So the rumor is that they're going to return in 2025, or are they? So again, I'm going to go over that later on in the video. There's also more news from Jordan Brand and a couple things from Nike. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Starting this video off with Nike, we have a release date for the Nike Air Max 95 Toronto. Now, I believe these have already released in Toronto. However, if you're outside of Toronto and want to pick up a pair, they will debut on August 31st via the Sneakers app. Also, the retail price will be $185. What's unique about this pair is that it comes with removable tongue patches, and underneath the tongue patch is East End and West End, which is a nod to the different neighborhoods. So there's two reasons why I wanted to feature this shoe. One, it's an upcoming release, and two, they're super clean in my opinion. Now, I know the Nike Air Force 1 isn't a super hyped shoe. I do know a lot of people like them, but they do get overlooked. Aside from collaborations, or if an older colorway returns, then yeah, those do pretty well. But just a basic shoe, they get overlooked. But this shoe is the Nike Air Force 1 Low Bred, and they will be returning in fall 2024. Now, as you can see, they feature a clean colorway consisting of black and university red, and that is pretty much where the whole Bred nickname comes from. Now, to go over this pair a little more, they feature black throughout while constructed with leather. The leather quality actually looks decent, although these are just images. This is probably something you want to see in hand. Also, black hits the tongue, laces, liner, and the midsole. Now, highlighting this shoe is University Red, which fills in the Nike Air branding on the tongue, swoosh logos, insoles, the heel tabs, and the rubber outsole. Other than that, silver hits the lace dubre, and that's pretty much it. But in my opinion, these are super clean. They're dope. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, but fall 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $115. I talked about this shoe in the September Air Jordan and Nike release dates video. However, I wanted to showcase them here. And we have a potential release date for the Nike Air Max 90 Reverse Duck Camo. Now, these originally released in 2020 on Air Max Day, and the release date that is going around as of now is September 19th. However, I also heard a different release date. So I also heard that they've been delayed and they'll drop on October 3rd. So at the time of recording, I haven't seen them pop up on any release calendars for retailers in the States, but that could change, and I just wanted to give you guys the heads up on both potential release dates. Now, I was able to see these in hand. I'll have a short coming out pretty soon. And these are dope. I see why people like them. I was very happy with the shoes overall in hand. Definitely a nice shoe. So I'll continue to update you guys on this pair once we have confirmation on which release date it is. Also, the retail price will be $140. Alright, so I need to address the Stash Nike Air Force 1 Low. Now, as most of you know, the shoes were expected to return during the holiday 2024 season. Now, they are returning, and we recently received a first look. Now, I'm not going to ignore the fact that about a month or two ago, maybe less than that, I'm not entirely sure, I put out a mock-up showcasing what the shoes would look like. I said it was an accurate mock-up, and it turns out that isn't going to be the case. So, first, I'd like to apologize. Now, just to give you a little bit of a rundown, I did see the shoes, and I received the images from somebody at Nike. So, to be honest, I'm not sure what is going on. Obviously, we're not getting the mock-up that I showed. Now, I don't know if that mock-up is going to be a friends and family exclusive or what's the deal with that. Maybe that was the plan and they decided to scrap it. But either way, the images we're looking at is what's expected to release. Now, overall, these do resemble the original pair from 2006, but there's some big differences when it comes to materials. So this time around, the overall build will be ready for fall and winter. What I mean by that, they'll come constructed with nylon on the base and a textile design that is expected to be water resistant. You can also tell that the leather that wraps the heel, it's a little more beefier, and it doesn't look like there's any seams. It kind of reminds me of like a one-piece shoe. Obviously, it's not a one-piece. This one has multiple pieces, but how it's built is supposed to keep rain out of your shoes. Now, this does make sense. Stash is a graffiti artist from New York. I know in New York it rains a lot. I'm pretty sure it snows as well. I've never been. Now, I know some people were upset when these images leaked. They wanted a one-of-one of the OG. And personally, yeah, I would have liked that as well. I will say that the color blocking is pretty much on point with the OG. Now, Stash is also supposed to release the Air Max 95. That was another shoe that I did see. The mock-up I put out was accurate, but at this point, I'm not sure. It's possible that they could have scrapped that design and just went back to the OG. Maybe that pair will be upgraded as well as far as materials go to combat harsh weather. But either way, I wanted to clarify that, and of course I wanted to show you the first look. Also, they will come with unique packaging. I'll see if I can find some images. I did see some online, but I didn't save them. Now, the outside of the box will resemble Nike boxes from the mid-2000s. It'll come in orange, but inside, it features Stash's graffiti artwork. Overall, these are dope, but definitely would like to get your opinion down in the comment section below. Now, as for a specific release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but they are expected to debut holiday 2024, which means a release could take place between October and December. Also, the retail price will be $160. Recently, official images popped up of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Midnight Navy. These images I did feature in the Air Jordan and Nike September 2024 release dates video, but again, I wanted to give it its own shine in a news video, which I had planned to do today, obviously dropping today. But these official images, they're definitely nice, makes them look really good. And you know, there was some hype for the shoe, at least what I thought, and that still might be the case. However, what's crazy is I went over to StockX to look these up, and they're well below retail. Now, with tax and everything and their fees, you're going to pay maybe a little bit below retail or about retail, but you will have them early. Now, this isn't a promotion for StockX by any means. This is more so to help you guys out, and they're expected to be a GR. But since there was some hype for the shoes that I saw, I wasn't too sure if they were going to go on sale. At least that's what I stated in my previous video. But, you know, after seeing the StockX prices, I feel like that's a good indicator if a shoe is going to go below retail, because if people are moving them beforehand well below retail, then yeah. Also, for those that want to know, a lot of these prices that are below retail, these are from stores being backdoored. I'm sure most of you know that, but these retailers obviously get them well below retail price, and even when they sell below the retail price, they're still making money. They're moving the product and they're not sitting on it anymore. I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up on that. I haven't checked GOAT. They might be the same price. So if you want them, and before you pull the trigger on StockX, you might want to check out GOAT and even Poison. Maybe they have better pricing. But the release date is set for September 14th, and the retail price will be $180. Also, they will drop in full family sizing. The retail price for grade school is $140, preschool will cost $85, and toddler sizes will cost $70. So even though I put a title on the screen when I was talking about the Air Jordan 5 El Grito in my last video, the September 2024 Air Jordan and Nike release dates video, I wanted to go over them once again just because the release date did change, and I believe I put the wrong retail price. So when I talked about the shoes in the video, I stated that they were going to drop on September 7th, and the retail price would be $225. However, I put a title that says that the shoes were moved to September 12th. That is the case. They have been moved to September 12th. They are on the sneakers app. And I believe in the title, I also put that the retail price was $215. However, the retail price will be $210. As you guys could tell, I've been kind of out of it. I've been pumping out these videos. This is the 4th one this week as far as long form videos. I'm going to drop one more short tomorrow, and then I'm going to take Sunday off. I also made a big mistake when I talked about the Nike Air FOAMPOSITE 1 Royal. The retail price is $240, but for some reason I said $140. So yeah, I don't know why I did that or said that, so my apologies on that. Now, this pair will feature a cell, coconut milk, pine green, and dark pony colorway. There's also a second pair. Now, I don't know what's going on with the second pair. I also stated this in the previous video. I'm going to ask around. Hopefully I have an update on this one as well as a few others. But yeah, let me know if you plan on picking these up or passing. We got another pair from Travis Scott that has now been scrapped. This one is known as the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, Dark Pony, and Pink Oxford. Now, the official colorway on this one is simply Dark Pony and Pink Oxford, and this was supposed to be a women's exclusive release. Now, the image used is just a mock-up. We have no idea what these were supposed to look like, and sadly, I have no idea why they have been scrapped, but they are no longer releasing. They were supposed to debut in spring 2025, but that's no longer the case. And they were going to be available in women's sizing for $150, preschool sizes for $80, and toddler sizes for $65. Now, you guys might remember in a couple videos ago, I talked about the Shy Pink Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG collaboration. Those have been scrapped as well. Now, that pair was actually pretty dope because the color blocking was on point, but some of the shades were a bit off. And in my opinion, I like them. I don't think they should have scrapped them. The two shoes that I really liked from Travis Scott, they scrapped. And then we're getting the Velvet Brown Air Jordan 1 Low OG by Travis Scott. I don't like those at all. The medium olive pair, not really a fan of. Again, that's just my opinions. Maybe some of you guys like them, and that's cool. But yeah, these are no longer releasing. And let me know your thoughts. If these drop like this, let's say this was an accurate mock-up, would you have picked them up? We finally have a first look at the Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Reimagined. And right off the bat, I want to say that I'm super happy with the look of these. Now, hopefully some of you are as well. Some of the things we can see in here, there's only the one photo, unfortunately. I don't know why people who have access to shoes, they only take one photo. Typically, they're pretty bad. This one isn't horrible. You can definitely tell what's going on. But I know a lot of people have been asking if the shoes will come with black laces because, yes, it was confirmed that they would come with white laces like Michael Jordan's PE. And as you can see, off to the left side, there is a baggie with some black laces in it. So that's an easy fix. If you don't like the white laces, you can just swap that out. Another thing that the shoes will come with is like a white kind of iced over Nike hang tag, which is pretty dope. Now, in this image, you can kind of see a little bit of red in the lace locks. That could be the reflection. I'm not entirely sure on that. And what I thought would be is on the heel, the Nike Air branding. I thought since it's going to be in 3M, they might use 3M threading for the shoes so they could pop. Something you see on fitted hats a lot. Well, at least I used to see them. I'm not sure anymore. But it's actually going to be like layered on. It's going to be a different material. I believe plastic, but I'm not entirely sure. It possibly could be rubber. It would actually make more sense if it was rubber. Plastic, I'm sure in time, it'll just break and kind of crack off. But other than that, we have black nubuck up top. They will feature an icy blue translucent outsole. And you can kind of see the materials, how they overlay. That is supposed to be 3M reflective. Now, although we only have the one photo, hopefully this means that we're going to get a detailed look soon because I really want to see some photos with the flash on. Because the overall look of these, they're not bad in my opinion. I like them. Yes, they're not spot on to the OG, but I'm definitely okay with this. Now, for those that don't know, they were originally scheduled to debut on February 15th. However, they've been pushed forward, and the new release date is February 8th. The retail price will be $220. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down in the comment section below. Alright, so I've been getting a lot of questions on the Air Jordan 12 French Blue, and Some people put out maybe 3 or 4 days ago that the shoes would be returning. Now, everybody who hit me up about them or left comments, I said I'll have an announcement soon because I was checking on some things because, in all honesty, I haven't heard about the shoes. So, of course, in my style, I don't like to just run and post stuff. I like to verify with my sources just to make sure, what I'm putting out is accurate. Now, like everything, it is possible Jordan Brand could change things up. But in this case, they wouldn't change things up in such a short amount of time. So, to answer in short, is the Air Jordan 12 French Blue returning in 2025? No, it is not returning. But Jordan Brand is releasing what myself, Z Sneakerhead Z, and Sneaker Market RO are calling the Air Jordan 12 French Blue 2.0. So the image you see on the screen is actually what's releasing. What I was told is this mock-up is very, very close. There might be a few minor changes here and there, but there is no way this is the French Blue Air Jordan 12. It's a different model. Now, it could be a nod back to the shoe. The shoes are expected to feature white leather on the upper. It will have French blue on the mudguard, but from what I was told, the mudguard is either going to feature suede or nubuck, so that's a big change in itself. Now, the plate on the side will feature red. The French blue comes in silver, and then the branding down the tongue will also be in red, whereas the OG pair features blue. This pair will also feature blue on the liner. The OG pair comes in white. I know a lot of people want to rush and be first when they're reporting information. That's cool and all. I'll take a seat back and let people fight over being first. I'd rather be accurate with my stuff. Now, earlier in the video, I did make an apology about the Stash Air Force One. However, that is what I saw, but I also made a public apology. I went to Twitter and I made an apology, and I also apologized here, whereas some other people, other sources, they just forget about it and they don't make any mention of it, and everything is forgotten. And it's a little bit annoying because the people, they're not double checking stuff. They're getting a lot of credit. These websites aren't really helping as well. They're just running with this information without verifying it. Maybe I'm old school. I like to be, right or give, accurate information. And I don't want to be on a high horse either. I do know mistakes can happen. However, it's what you do after the mistake that really tells you what kind of person they are or who you are. I'm not going to lie, it kind of would make sense with all of the stuff returning in 2025 that, hey, let's just add another older retro that people want. But unfortunately, that isn't going to be the case. Now, the official colorway for this pair is white, French blue, metallic silver, and varsity red. They will debut in full family sizing, although I don't have the retail price breakdown for each, but the men's pair should cost $200. Also, as for the release date, we don't have a specific one, but they are expected to debut fall 2025. Now, I know these probably won't compete as far as being as good as the OG French Blue Air Jordan 12, but let me know your thoughts on these. With these changes, do you still plan on buying? Alright, so for the last piece of news, I woke up yesterday morning and my phone was going crazy. I was getting a bunch of text messages, DMs, about the return of the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Chicago. Now, I shouldn't say return because they have yet to release in high 85 form, unless you count the OG pair. I guess you can, because the whole idea is for them to resemble the OG. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I never heard about this shoe returning. Not in high top form, at least. Or I should say the high 85 form. So I did go to Twitter and I kind of posted some emojis with the zipper across my face because I was told not to say anything at that moment. There was going to be a time where this announcement was going to come out. Shortly after that, I did announce, as well as Z Sneakerhead Z and I believe Mr. Unloved Ones, big shout out to both of those guys, that the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Chicago would not be returning in 2025. Typically, we only get 2 Air Jordan 1 High 85 releases a year. Now, it's possible we could get a few more, but the 2 we do have confirmed is the Bred pair and the Reverse Shadow. Now, although it is possible we could get another Air Jordan 1 High 85, the Chicago pair is not going to be the one. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to see these release. This is a shoe that I 100% would have needed to get 2 pairs of. And I'm sure eventually we're going to see the shoes return. I just don't know when. It won't be in 2025. Who knows? Maybe in 2026. That seems like it needs to drop in order for 2026 to be a great year, because 2025 is looking insane. But what I also found kind of funny is that the retail price for these was already floating around at $250, and it isn't even confirmed if other Air Jordan 1 High 85s will retail at $250. All we know now is the Bred pair, and the Bred pair could have 2 versions releasing as far as packaging goes. That's just a rumor, because I'm still hearing a different price point. Either way, I'm going to start announcing more upcoming releases very soon. I just wanted to cover the French Blue 2.0, Air Jordan 12, and the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Chicago, obviously not going to be released. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. As well, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. If you have turned on the notification bell as well, make sure to drop a comment and let me know just on this video. Now, as for upcoming videos, I'm going to drop a short tomorrow, and it's going to be my #1 shoe of August 2024. I'm so happy to have them, and I'll give you guys a bit of a closer look at them as well. Now, for this video, let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.